Video game. An electronic game that involves human interaction with a user interface to generate visual feedback on a video device. Sport. An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. What is it that these two apparently completely different things have in common? One word: competition.
So today we're going to be talking about if video games should be considered a sport. What is your opinion about that?
I consider sports to include some kind of physical exertion. I think of video games or, like crossword puzzle contests, things like that. They're contests. They're not sports. They involve competition, but they're not a sport.
How's it going, Dion?
Hey Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing alright, man. I'm doing alright.
What you doing?
So today I want to ask you if you believe video games should be considered a sport.
God dang. Video games can be considered a sport. I would say no, not considered a sport. I believe anything that involves working out your muscles, getting faster physically, is considered a sport. Like we have track, we have football, we have tennis, etc. Those are sports. Video games, I can't really do it.
So I wanted to ask you a quick question, if you don't mind. Do you think video games should be considered a sport?
To be honest, I think that certain games should be, like strategy games or anything like that, but some that don't require many mental abilities don't really.
I want to ask you if you believe video games should be considered a sport.
I mean, video games should not be considered a sport, but unless the video game itself actually contains some physical activity, like the Wii, for example, Wii Fit, where you got the little tennis going on, instead of like games such as like Call of Duty or Halo. No, those games shouldn't.
Video games should be considered a sport.
In all real opinion, I don't really think so, because yet again, you're just holding a controller. Most sports you consider football, baseball, things you either make contact or move around a lot in. Sports or video games, you're sitting in your room basically just twiddling your thumbs. So I wouldn't consider it a sport.
So do you consider video games as a sport?
Well, it could be. I mean, it works out your thumbs and it makes your thumbs stronger.
So, most of the responses we got were a no. But, consider this. The board game chess is a recognized sport of the International Olympic Committee. An international chess competition is sanctioned by the World Chess Federation. The very popular sports channel ESPN actually broadcasts tournaments for a very well-known card game known as Magic the Gathering. Not only has Magic the Gathering been on ESPN, but the game poker has been on ESPN as well. All of these games require mental skill and flexibility. Sports doesn't always have to be a physical activity. Even people who play sports have to have mental skills. So if board games and card games are considered a sport, why not video games? Video games require just as much mental skill and flexibility as any other sport. Esports, also known as electronic sports or competitive gaming, is a term for organized multiplayer video game competitions, or as they call it, Major League Gaming. One of the most popular games played is League of Legends. After telling this information to our interviewees, it made them seem a bit more skeptical about their answer.
So basically what I'm going to say is, I'm in between on this vision, yeah.
Do you watch any professional esports?
Any Wii Sports?
Esports, like, you know, MLG and stuff like that.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah?
Would you consider doing any of that? Yeah, I would. Yep. Nope. Like, you get paid. I mean, I would consider it a sport if you get paid. And if you, like, have a coach that helps you play games, it'd be considered a sport.
In the end, we came to a conclusion that this question will forever remain unanswered and will always be up for debate. But one thing we know for sure is that both sports and video games definitely have their similarities and differences, and are loved by everyone around the world. Thank you for watching our documentary on Should Video Games Be Considered a Sport?